Bloomberg, a man you can't trust. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys, before I get to talking, let me get my little swig of coffee on here. All right. Bloomberg. This is the author. The author, all right? The author of Stop and Frisk. Okay? Just to reiterate that to you guys. Just in case if you thought about voting for Bloomberg. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't thought about it. I ain't thinking about it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even know if I'm going to vote this year. You know? And I know, but here's the thing. Black people going to always keep saying, well, you know, black people fought and died for us to be able to vote. So we had the right to vote. So in other words, we just vote for anybody. I don't think the intention of our forefathers was for us to just vote for anybody. Because if that's the case, we might as well just vote for the KKK. You know? Their intention was for us to be able to have a word on, to say who we want in office. But saying who we want in office and having somebody who's going to actually represent our critical needs in office are two different things. You know what I mean? They're two completely different things. You know, you could say all day, okay, I want this man in office, I want this woman in office. Just because they sound good don't mean that they're going to be effective. You know, Bloomberg is straddling racism and voters. He is. His stop and frisk law was intended to stop black people. I ain't gonna say no brown black. Black is black. Okay? We've been more persecuted and fucked with than anybody in this country, in the history of this country, for 400 years, consistently. Alright? And his intention was to keep that process up. And then he calls us trying to double down on this shit once he started becoming a candidate for presidency. And then he tried to say, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault. Bloomberg, the stop and frisk was your idea when you were mayor of New York. Okay? So don't even try that bullshit. You know? He's completely doubled down on the very thing that he mandated years ago. Alright? Now you're talking about, oh, I overused it. You ain't overused it. You use it with the intention of what you had a reason, what your reasoning was to use it for. So stop the bullshit, man. See, and then you got black people that are, well, this is why black people are trying to tell you to convince you to vote just because it's your right to vote. Just because you're right to vote don't mean that you're going to have the candidates that's going to represent you. I don't want to waste my vote no more on people who's not going to represent my interests. You know? With years and years and years of empty promises. You know, I told this story before, I'm telling it again. I remember when I turned 18 back in the early 80s. And I had the opportunity to go vote. I was pretty excited. You know, after years of studying history in school and wanting to be involved with the political process and studying about how my forefathers had fought and died for people to get the right to vote, to be heard. I was getting ready to vote in my old elementary school. And I remember as I was getting ready to go, and I asked my folks, I said, y'all gonna vote? They was like, nah. So I kind of reiterated the story about to them about, you know, voting rights and all of that. And mind you, both of my parents grew up in the deep, deep south of Mississippi. Both of them grew up in Mississippi as children. Okay? So they both know how deep racism ran better than anybody during that era. Alright? They grew up, they were the last generation of children, the last two generations of children that grew up during the Jim Crow era. Okay? And that's why I was like, y'all know this better than anybody. So they were like, I ain't voting. No, I don't want to vote. I was like, ain't nobody. Ain't none of them no good. So I explained to him about the vote process. I reiterated me as a young person, as excited I was, my enthusiasm for wanting to vote. And I told him, I said, I don't know about you, I'm going to vote. I went ahead and voted, and it felt good. And then I noticed over the last 30 some odd 40 years that my votes don't mean much. It's not that effective to me. There's been some effect, but not a lot. We're still dealing with double-digit inflation, high crime, gentrification, you name it. The same mess we've been dealing, and part of high crime, I will say, and let me reiterate that, is because of economics. Okay? So really, the very white people who put all that mess into the streets are also the same people that took away the jobs from our communities. And then allowed the property values to go down while white people move in and buy the property and build their own stuff in, which is in turn gentrification. All right. So guys like Bloomberg and Trump and Biden and all these other guys don't represent us. They don't know our struggle. They know. I take that back. They do know. They don't give a fuck. Bloomberg doubled down on the very shit that he supported all these years. Now all of a sudden, he get a chance to go black churches and pander for votes. You're not going to pander for my vote, motherfucker. I'm telling you right out the front. I never forgot about that stop and frisk. Don't forget. Somebody just played the audio from Stop and Frisk this morning. My main man, Benjamin Dixon, who's also on Spreaker, by the way, played the audio clip on Roland Martin's show last night regarding Bloomberg talking about Stop and Frisk, his support for it. So Bloomberg really is not a man of his word. You can't trust him. And like Trump, just because he got billions of dollars and create businesses don't mean he's going to be creating businesses for your community. Unless we get our own candidates who grew up and know the struggle from our experiences. We'll never have a candidate to speak up for us directly. We'll never have that unless we start getting them out there. That's the point I'm trying to make. It amazes me that we'll jump on the first white candidate we think it got our backs, and then the last ones to do it. They ain't been doing it. Look at Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang, all of a sudden he going to black churches, he's singing in choirs and shit. What is that supposed to mean to me? That's the same thing like Obama. Obama, all of a sudden he's singing love songs. I'm talking about like love songs, like to a woman, love songs, at a funeral. Yeah, Obama was he was patronizing and pandering all day. I'm talking about the funeral for the 9 parishioners back in 2015, whenever that happened. I read right around that time, and I'm like, dude, you ain't even serious. I can't take guys like Obama seriously no more. I'm just sick of the whole mess, man. It's just if the political process at work, where you have viable and legitimate candidates of our interest that actually could run off of something from personal experience versus running off of something that somebody told you that they had experiences on, that would be a game changer. But that's not going to happen right now. We don't support candidates that we should be supporting that represent us the way we need to be represented. We have yet to do it. Obama was really our candidate. Obama was a candidate that was supported by white people. And that's a fact. Yeah, a lot of black people voted, but we don't run the political process. White people do. And that's part of the problem too. Yeah, we got black people who go out there and register to vote and all that stuff, and that's all good and true. We need more black voters. It's kind of ironically I'm saying that. But by the same token, we need black candidates who, from personal experience, knows our struggle. You know, somebody who can talk the talk and walk the walk. Not about somebody some white person you gonna put out front talking about what he gonna do for you. You know, and then 9 out of 10 times ain't gonna do it because they just want the political power. That's Bloomberg. Bloomberg ain't about us. He ain't gonna be about us. He never was about us. You cannot honestly put out stop and frisk out here and then you ain't same token they ain't even creating jobs. And I'm talking about real full of shit. I don't trust that. And I talked to somebody else last week who said the same thing. You know, and I'm like, I'm with you on that because I'm tired of wasting my votes. After almost 4 decades, man, I still feel like I'm just standing there for 9 minutes for nothing. To waste a vote that, even though it's supposed to be counted, is not heard. Think about what I'm saying. My vote is supposed to be counted, but it's not being heard. Yeah, we got the right to vote, and that's all well and good, you know. But our original intention was to get the right to vote, because we thought we could make the change, you know. But we have no political control of the political process, and unless we have some control of the political process, you know. And that includes getting out viable candidates who from personal experience, knows our struggle because they know what's needed. They understand what's needed. They're not going to pander to what you need. They know what's needed. You know? They're not going to BS you because they know what's needed. White candidates are not going to do that. White candidates are going to say anything to get your vote. That's why they love the black vote. The black vote, in essence, elevates them to where they want to go, and in turn keeps the white supremacy process right there where they want it, right in their hands, both Democratic and Republican. You know, would I like to vote for somebody who fully supports my interests and who looks like me? Yes, I would. Because those who don't are just pandering. Those who don't have the 99.9% of the time don't have your experiences, don't share your experiences, don't know your experiences because they haven't never experienced it and don't care. And that's what I mean by I'm tired of giving my vote to somebody who don't look like me but pretend like they care about my interests and don't and has no interest other than getting a vote. I'm tired of that. I'm being serious. I'm very, very tired of it, to be honest with you. No more will I ever start wasting my votes ever again for any candidate who doesn't represent my interests. And when I see represent, I'm talking about represent from personal experience. That's the bottom line. No longer will I waste my time voting for a person who just wants to get my vote to pander for their own political self-gain and nothing else. No more will I do that. I'm not. I'm tired of it. I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of it. Before I waste my time voting, that candidate is going to look like me. He going to be black. He or she going to be like me. They're going to come from personal experience. Just like when you come from another church. You come from a Christian experience, fellowship, Christian experience. You're going to come from personal experience I have based on what you know your community needs. You know? But it ain't going to just start with a presidential candidate. It's going to start from your local as well as from me. You know what I mean? the local, state, and national government. We gotta change that narrative on that. That's the only way we'll ever be represented. You know, that's the only way. The only way. There is no other way. You know, it takes more than just a vote to get heard. You gotta start from the ground up. And I mean literally, the ground up. This is DJ Wolf, I'm out.